Yeah, this dude is so fucking lame, bruh. That, um, I was making these charcoal balls, right? Well, one of the things that some people do, um, when they're making those things, is they run it through the oven to get the balls hard, but also they run it through the oven with what is that? Hydrogen peroxide, soaked in hydrogen peroxide, and it's supposed to make them even better, right? And more anti something, right? So, whatever. So anyway, Michael Foot, right? Who overhears me through his eavesdropping devices and spyware cameras that he has in my bedroom and in the bathroom and in his kitchen and in his garage, right? But I was in my bedroom, and I said, man, I said, tomorrow I got some big plans for these. I had them set aside, right? And I was waiting, right? Okay, this is the thing, right? He had just stocked up on hydrogen peroxide, it just so happened. He had, I want to say, somewhere between 15 to 30 bottles, brand new, right? Well, the next morning, remember, as it went somewhere, I went into his bathroom, right? And this was me all night saying, man, I can't wait till morning so I can go, because all I have to do is go into Michael's bathroom. I said, I have big plans for these, right? That's exactly what I said. So I go in his bathroom to get a bottle, right? Absolutely no bottles are left in there, right? And he had about like 15 or so of them for years, just sitting there, right? But he added more to it, right? Not a single fucking bottle left, right? So when he got back, I said, so Mike, you got any hydrogen peroxide? He says, no, he doesn't have any at all. I said, well, what happened to those 30-something bottles you had in there, right? He says, I don't have any. Do you need some? I can go get you some if you need some. Dude is so fucking lame, dude. And if you think that's pathetic, you should see what it does to newborn babies and animals. So, I went to cut my hair last night. I did a pretty decent job. But here's the thing. Through spying on me. Okay, see these little clippers right here that come with my... I got one of the most top-rated haircutting clippers. The blades of them aren't even supposed to go dull anytime soon, right? And I just got it, right? And it's in the bathroom, right? Not only did Joey steal my pack of cigarettes, something else of mine, but my whole bottle of Febreze. But he took each guard that it knows I used to cut my hair with, bro. Including the number 5, the number 4, the number 2, the number 3, and the left and the right ones for your sideburns. And did something, I'm guessing, to my razor where it's so fucking dull, it feels like, even when putting oil on it, feels like it's like ripping the fucking hair out of your head now. And it's very difficult to use. And if you think that's pathetic, you should see what this con artist, fraudulent faggots that wear fake masks do to newborn babies with their child sacrifice, since they've established the founders of the midwife business at Our Lady of Lourdes and probably elsewhere, due to newborn babies and animals, right? Even I was reading, because they left it open for the public to see on Instagram, I think it was, where they were saying, where there was a little infant. One of them was saying something about that looks like a nice piece of ass while it was naked in the bathtub on Instagram. And another one was like, well, you better hurry up and get it before school starts. When they register, then they'll have to register its name in the system. You better hurry up and get it before school starts in 2 weeks. And then another one was like, came out and point blank said, I'm going to eat you when I see you. Another one said, I'm already tracking it. I'm already been tracking it. Another one says, wow, you've because the one who was taking the pictures, I guess, was Alice Reese, right? They were saying, "Wow, Alice," whatever name it was using, right? Wow, you have really become good at this, the best at this. When referring to it taking pictures of their stillbirths, would they consider modeling? When it makes dolls out of them. So getting back to this child sacrificing thing, because I had documented this before, but I don't think that I documented this part of what I had to say on the StoreMaker app. And so what I want to say is right at about the same time that I had when God had first showed me that they were doing child sacrificing, and making dolls and stuff, and having like these big get-togethers where they're all sitting around eating the child, having a party with it with sparklers and different things. I forgot what they call that, right? So anyway, around that same time, right, was when I had said in my room alone, I said, they better never bring their child sacrifice around me. Right? Now, I'm someone that they tried to sacrifice as a child, but they were unsuccessful as well, plenty of times, right? And they still think I'm supposed to be their sacrifice. So, and that's why they treat me like dog shit, and don't care about it. Right? They never feel bad for what they do to me, because in their fucked up heads, psychopathic heads, they think that I'm supposed to be their sacrifice, and you can't convince them otherwise. So anyhow, and this was like around Thanksgiving, right? So the very next day, there was a big old bag of meat in a Ziploc bag in the freezer for me to see. I freaked the fuck out, bro, and asked them to remove it. They did not remove it. They only left it there to torment me. Nobody touched it for like a week or two, right? So eventually, right, this was in the refrigerator or the freezer, I can't remember, right? So eventually I could not stand to see it any longer. And I took a pair of pliers and I grabbed it and I kind of looked the other way and just threw it in the trash as fast as I could, right? Well, the very next day there was another bag of it, just as big, in the freezer. I took it out and I threw it away. The next day there was another bag of it, laughing at me when I had something to say about it. They thought it was funny. Thanksgiving Day, they all sat there at the table with their backs turned to me. I didn't have no Thanksgiving dinner. There was hardly anything to eat here, and I sure wasn't going to touch their food. As they all sat at that table with their backs towards me and had themselves their Thanksgiving dinner that lasted what seemed to be the entire fucking day. And this is their own children that they have through their midwife business. By the way, Michael Foot, aka Molech, would proudly like everybody to know that they allowed him to put a statue of Molech up in, I think, either Germany or some other country. And he advises not to bring your children to see the statue. He's on YouTube, the one with the big straw hat, giving the whole announcement about how proud he is of this statue. The one standing outside of my door right now listening. Yeah, because I have this little light right there with a monitor, so it comes on when somebody's standing there. So there's definitely somebody standing there. It just came on, and it's still staying on. So he's just standing there. So anyhow, well, Victor, why didn't you call the police and tell them about the meat and the freight? Because the last time that I called the police to report that he was trying to kill me, which is what he was trying to do physically, and also that he was Robert Fisher, the police came out. They saw his confession, came back to me, said, well, his ID says Michael Foot. We don't know what else to say. I said, I have plenty more evidence and stuff, right? They said, we don't have time for all of that. Flipped the script and had me put in the hospital with Michael Foot, who came, who was AKA Michael Parker at the Longleaf Hospital, and followed me to the hospital. When they put me in this little room with this skimpy ass scrub thing on and a gown on, and it was freezing cold, Michael Foot comes outside of the window glass and goes nanny nanny boo boo, thumbs in ears, fingers flapping with his tongue sticking out. Then after about a week in the hospital, Michael Parker tells me, well, you know about that Joey you said that lives with you, right? He says, I'll let you out if you agree to one thing. He says, no matter what Joey does to you, you're not allowed to attack him back. Because if you do, you'll go to jail. If you can agree to that, I'll let you out today. And then it wasn't even until the next day that they let me out. Right? And so now, after they abuse me, Michael Foot says, do I need to call the cops for you? Well, you remember what happened last time the cops were called. He says, do we need to put you back in the hospital again? And that's why I do all my documentations on the StoreMaker app, because it's pointless to call a police department that is all being investigated for tax fraud, and the whole police department is being investigated for all those little girls that came up missing from that boarding school that they probably ate and or buried them underneath the house there to hide the bodies, and while one police officer even retired while under investigation.